So what has everybody been up to? What's new?
Hello. Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
It's been a minute.
I know.
Back. We're back and better.
We're back and better.
How are you, Rachel? Your voice sounds off. I was gonna ask you earlier.
Oh my God, I've been badly. I feel like I'm always sick every time I talk to you guys, but I was sick for like a week last week. And I had a conference meeting at work for like a week. We went to Toronto's West End and it was nice, but like anytime I talk or anytime I ask a question, I'm like dying, I'm coughing. It was just so bad. So like I'm just recovering from being sick and not getting enough sleep. So I'm just trying to like get back on like some
The
type of
sleeping
routine
schedule.
again.
Okay. Yeah, you need to get lots of rest and drink lots of water.
Yeah, that's what I've been
Take some
doing.
vitamins too. It's always I find that it helps.
Oh my gosh, people sleep on vitamins. Like I feel like when they say take your vitamins every day, like my mom used to be like, you need to take your vitamins, you need to take your vitamins, and I hated it.
Yeah.
But like, she's so right. If you're constantly taking your vitamins, you literally will not get sick.
Yeah,
I
you
feel.
won't get sick easily, I find. Yeah.
Yeah. But how have you been, Daisy? How's life in China
I'm
and
okay.
teaching?
Life has been, oh my God, crazy. But crazy but good. I've been dealing with a lot lately. But it's so funny because I feel like because I just got a new job, still teaching.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this job is different from the previous job. And maybe it's because this job I spend all day with the children. So even when go home, in as I'm sleeping in my dream, I'm still hearing Teacher Daisy, Teacher Daisy, Teacher Daisy.
Mm-hmm.
And then it feels like little eyes are staring at me in my sleep. Like I see little eyes just watching me
Oh
as I'm
my
sleeping.
gosh.
Yeah, and it's just crazy for me. And as I'm at home, I can hear their little voices, but I love each and every single one of them. I have to say, it's such a joy, such a pleasure. I call them my little cousins. Other teachers call them my babies, but I call them my little cousins because I'm just too young. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You guys cannot be my babies. You're my little cousins because I'm too young. But honestly, the funniest thing happened to me. So one of my students, he's so cute. I'm not gonna say his name just for privacy reasons. So
Yeah.
he comes up to me just randomly, like almost at the end of the day, and he goes, "Teacher Daisy, who do you hate?" And I was like, "Hate? Hate? What do you mean hate? I don't hate it." And he, before I even finish, he goes, "You hate my mom?" And I was like, hate your mom? I don't hate your mom. Why would I hate your mom? And he's like, well, my mom hates you.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I was like, what? What do you mean your mom hates me? Why does she hate me? He's like, no, why? Just hate. And I was like, why? Why does your mom hate me? Why? Why do he's like, no, why? Just hate. No, why? Just hate. No, why? Just hate. And then finally, I'm like pressing him, like, why? What's the? And he's like, no, I'm just joking. My mom likes you. And I was like, okay. So it's so funny because the parents they come to pick them up and we walk them out, right? And usually whenever his mom sees me, she's so smiley. She's like, "Hi," da, da,
Mhm.
da, da, like just generally. But that day when she came to grab him, she's just like took him, didn't even look me in the eye, just angrily
Mhm.
walked away. So this kid has probably gone home and probably told his mom, "Teacher Daisy hates you," and
Oh my
like
gosh.
and no why, just hate. No why. And his mom is probably like, why does she hate me? And he's like, no why, just hate. No why. And then his mom probably said something like, well, I hate her too, or something, you know?
Oh my
Like, I'm
gosh.
like, what is this? Right? So you have to be really, really careful what you do, what you say. I'd never
'Cause
expressed
anything
to
you
this
say
kid
will
that
be
I
used
hated him.
against you.
So yeah.
Yeah. He has such an
So
interesting way of he has an interesting sense of humor.
yeah, and
Hmm.
that's something that will stick with me for the rest of my life. So I might forget everything, but and that is seriously my humor as well. Do you know what I mean? Because it's
Mhm.
just so just like who do you hate my mom? I
That
never said that. Hey buddy, I never said that. Like I didn't even begin. I don't even know your mom. And it's so funny. We had a cooking class, and another student came up to me and was like, Teacher Daisy, my mom said you don't know how to cook.
oh.
Do I know? I don't know your mom. Who do you know? does your, and I asked her, does your mom know me personally? Like, and
Yeah.
then after cooking that day, that was like a personal attack. After cooking, I was like, well, you tell your mom that, you're teaching me. I was
Mm-mm.
like, wow, your mom must be in my house with me. What do you mean your mom said I don't know how to cook? Like, but
Yeah.
so kids, you have to be really careful. Like, they are very, very like impression, impression,
Impressionable.
impressionable. Yes,
Yeah.
that's yeah. But yeah, they're all really cute, and I like all my little cousins. It's just funny, but it's just so crazy that I keep hearing my name when I get home and in my dreams.
Mhm.
Oh, and I keep seeing little eyes staring at me. Like, teacher Daisy, teacher Daisy.
That's
But,
hilarious.
yeah,
How about you, Itosa? How have you been? What's new with you?
love them all. But
Not
how about you guys? How have you been?
much is new with me, other than the fact that I'm in the somewhat GTA-ish and just been hanging out with my cousins. We've kind of been indoors for the most part, but
Mm-hmm.
for this next bit of my trip. So I decided to extend my trip because initially I was supposed to leave today and
Mm-hmm.
then come back. I was supposed to come back around the 13th because I have a workshop for work
Mm-hmm.
in Toronto, but
Okay.
um yeah, but I just decided, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna stay because it's a change of scenery and I can hang out with my
I
cousins a little bit
I feel
longer.
like that's the hardest thing though, because you save money that way, right? So,
Yeah, because then my work just pays for my return home. Yeah.
yeah.
So um yeah, and then I've just been indoors and and then I decided to take on a new project which my aunt's like skeptical about, but she's on board. So
Mm-hmm.
basically I've decided that we're gonna, because Daisy, when Daisy was here, my aunt and Daisy would fix up the backyard and just kind of have like a nice like patio situation going in the backyard
Mm-hmm.
for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So this year I'm like, yeah, let's do that. Let's dust off all the furniture and kind of juice juice things up a bit. And
Mm-hmm.
so
Mhm.
I was like, oh, we need to add a fire table, like the gas fire tables.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I have those. We talked
Yeah,
about
so I was
those.
like, we need to add a gas fire table. And she's like, oh, but I don't want to spend money on something I'm not going to use all the time. And I was like, actually, what's crazy is those tables, because people buy them and sometimes they barely use them, or they'll buy them for a rental and then they move and their new space
Yeah.
doesn't accommodate it. You could find like basically a new one on Facebook Marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
So then we started looking on Facebook Marketplace, and then I literally found a Target one from Target, and it looked like it was still in the box.
Mm-hmm.
And on Target website, it's like 200 and something dollars, and the person was selling it for 50. So I was like, oh my god, like amazing! Let me go get this. So stalled all week, but ended up getting it yesterday, and I had to drive to like deep into Mississauga. Like I don't know where in Mississauga, but it was given Brampton. But anyways, if you know what I mean. Um,
Yeah, I grew up around the
It was
area, so
far.
I get it.
Wow.
yeah. So then it's called Westwood Mall. And I went to this mall. So apparently it's this guy with a warehouse in a mall. So it was a brand new fire pit thing,
Mm-hmm.
like a gas fire column, and is brand new. And it is from Target, but he has like a warehouse. So he's selling these. And then I get there and they're options. So I was like, oh, what the heck? So I ended up buying like these two stone ones, and they're like $30 each at his warehouse. But on Target, I was looking on Target because you can still get it on Target, and it's like $256 each. So I
Wow.
was like, what the heck? So yeah, I scored an insane deal.
But how does he get it for so cheap then?
Oh,
And what
so
else does he have? Does he have
basically,
other stuff too there?
yeah, he has a bunch of like electronics. Like he has not like you know what I mean, like Dyson, like Bissell. He even had like Brentwood pans. I ended up getting like a Brentwood pancake griddle, and it was only like $25. I think those are like
What?
$60 at
Can
Walmart.
you send me the address of that place?
Yes, I
Like,
will.
So
that sounds
I
so
will.
what
I'll
are
send
they
it right
getting them
now.
from a Chinese warehouse or something? Like he's probably getting that
No,
shit
so
from
let me explain. Let me explain, you guys. I know loopholes. So basically, if you want to find something for cheap, go on Facebook Marketplace. I think we have Carrot now. I started this on Kijiji, and then look for stuff that's still in the box, because sometimes you can get lucky and it's like one of those kind of warehouses. Because I ended up doing this in Winnipeg, and I was looking for like a TV stand, right? And I was looking for a specific kind. It's like a rattan TV stand. And
Oh,
actually my plan was to find something old and then upcycle it, because with rattan it's kind of hard. Like I would have to go to like one of those like expensive furniture stores to get one, like a West Nine or whatever it's called, those kind of stores. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna find something old, like vintage, and then try to upcycle it myself. But then as I was like looking, I saw this one, and it was like it looked new, and she said it was new. And yeah, it was like maybe $350, but similar, like comparable, like TV stands were like 2 grand on West Elm. So I was just like, okay, let me go take a look at this. But then I was like sketched out because the address she gave me was like in the boonies in the middle of nowhere. I had my boyfriend come with me. We go to this warehouse. Like, sorry, we get there and it's like this barn situation, but it's a warehouse that looks like a barn. And it's this like cute white girl. And she's like, I was like, oh, like, I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't you. And so we started asking her how she like, got into the business, because she had so much stuff, right? Like brand new. And mind you, this specific TV stand I'm talking about is from Target as well. So I was like, how did you get Target stuff? Because we don't have Target in Canada. And then that's why she was explaining that. So in the supply chain, like business, whenever there's like even an accidental damage to something in transit. So for example, like if there was like a truck, they loaded their truck, like Target would load their truck with like items, right? And they ship across like all the different states or wherever they have Target. And then so if something happens, if for example the truck, gets in an accident, or like, the ride was rocky and things were shaky, they don't put those items in the store. So if there's even like a little dent in the box, they won't put those items in the store. Like the actual item is completely fine, but the box is like kind of damaged. So then they end up filling them in pallets and auctioning them off. And then these people buy them for pennies on the dollar. And so that's how they're able. And it's obviously not just Target. I'm just using Target as an example. They have like all these other like, so that's how these people get it for so cheap. And then another thing is like sometimes maybe like returns that are still really good condition, but yeah, boxes open, boxes broken, blah, blah, blah. So they end up just selling those things off. So you could get it from these kind of like appliance stores for like literally a fraction of the price. So yeah, that's how I found out about that. So I was actually just so shocked to see that this was like the case in Toronto. And then I was talking to my aunt and she's telling me, oh yeah, there are like lots of these kind of stores here. And she's like telling me some other ones. And I was just like, oh, like when I scored that one store in Winnipeg, I thought I scored something. But anyways, they're out there. I'll send you the address for this one. And
yeah, send the address.
yeah, I'll stop rambling now. I feel like I was talking for like 10 minutes.
Oh, no worries.
But yeah.
No, I was just gonna say while you were talking, I just realized like, I've been so spoiled like being in China, because like just even with appliances, I spent like $10, $15 on like good,
Yeah.
appliances. And like nobody buys your secondhand couches here because couches are cheap, like, and
Yeah.
it's, yeah. No one buys secondhand appliances here because appliances are coming straight from the factories and they're cheaper. So I was just like, wow, you know, this
You
is
can
the
you,
part I'm going to miss. Yeah.
you can literally start your own business and sell it here in Canada and
Yeah.
America for
And
more.
like,
Because
yeah,
that's what
honestly,
all
yeah.
these people are doing. They got exposed for it a couple of weeks ago.
Like,
Of
oh, they're selling.
yeah, like they're making like Prada bags and Chanel
Oh,
bags for
yeah,
like
yeah.
$100, but
Yeah.
then these
Yeah.
people are selling it for like $5,000, $10,000.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Markup. The
Yeah. So
markup. Yeah. Cost
that might be a
of
new business
designer.
for you. You can start.
Yeah. Cause like even Arlo, like on Taobao, Aloe is like 10, you know the brand Aloe?
Aloe, yes.
Yeah, in Taobao it's like $20.
Yeah.
$20.
Lululemon
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I
Get over
want
here,
to
son, for
I
100.
want to use Taobao. Do you guys hear my echo? I have an echo.
I
Yeah,
see
you have a little bit of an echo.
a little bit, yeah.
Let me leave in again. 1 second.
But you know, it's so funny. Chinese people also like Lululemon because they think it comes from Canada. Like, no, girl, it comes from China.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like owned by
people
a
always say,
Canadian, but it's owned by
yeah,
Canada.
the brand, yeah.
It comes
Yeah,
from
But
yeah.
all the nothing is made in Canada. And if it
no.
was made in Canada, it would be hella expensive. Like Roots
Yeah.
used to be. Or Roots was not even made in Canada still.
That's so
Like,
embarrassing. That's actually embarrassing.
Yeah, that I
like
was gonna say, so I really want to order from Taobao, but I think they might have like straight to Canada shipping options. I need to do the translate and see if someone was saying that. They now have it as of
yeah,
like
they go
2 months
straight to
ago.
Canada.
But people are saying, oh, you can ship with like you can ship with like a third party. So I haven't been able to figure that part out.
You can select not the standard shipping. You can select the other shipping because there's
But
other
that's the
shipping
thing
options.
is
You
that
just pay.
when it seems like when you ship directly from the warehouse, it makes it not cheap. But to Canada specifically, because when I put to like when I switched to Australia, and you know how Australia, oh my god, this is so distracting, but because I have an echo. But you know, Australia has an English option
Mm-hmm.
on Taobao. So I switched to Australia, and then but then it shows the shipping options straight to Australia, and it's really cheap. So I don't know why Canada makes everything difficult.
Hmm.
Like,
I've never even heard of Taobao before. I'm on. Is it like a website? Like I'm on it right now. I think I'm on it.
yeah, it looks
A.
kind of like AliExpressy, but
Yeah.
Chinese.
But is it
Yeah.
good quality products though?
Yes, it's like
Yes.
Oh.
way better quality products than you would get on Ali or
It's
anything.
normal.
Oh wow.
And even
It's normal.
AliExpress is
Like you can
stepping up
find bad
its quality.
find good quality. It's like Amazon, but
But they don't
like
ship to
Amazon
Canada.
on crack. Hmm?
But they don't ship to Canada.
They
They
do ship to
do,
Canada.
but their direct shipping through Taobao is a little bit more expensive, so it makes it
You can
not
buy
worth
everything
it.
on Taobao. You can buy Prada. You can buy Gucci. Like Gucci has their store there. Prada has their store. Does that make sense? It's
But
almost like a
everything is in like Chinese. How do you
yeah.
switch?
I know
You
you
have
have to
to.
translate,
Hmm.
but you get used to
You
it
have to.
after a while.
But
I was turned
yeah,
off.
after a while, you don't need to translate as much anymore.
Like
Okay.
once you started translating, like screenshotting and translating, or if you're looking at it on your computer,
Mm-hmm.
then you can just like do the translate to English option.
Yeah.
Like if you look at it through a web browser,
Yeah.
then just right click and hit translate to English. So that would probably be the easiest way.
Okay, I'll do that.
I need
Yeah.
to find a towel
That's
paper
interesting.
towel holder. Yeah,
Can
Taobao
you
Okay.
guys hear my echo, or is it just
wait, I can hear it.
like I can hear myself
Um,
talk?
like it's not really an echo, like, but you do keep cutting out a little bit. Like sometimes you
It's
like
like
fade
there's a
out.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. It like I'm hearing myself talk, and it's not fun. But just give me a second.
Do you have
Have
headphones
headphones
in?
in?
Oh, our topic today, we kind of just trailed off. We trailed off course.
I know
Okay.
we have to
Uh,
once
yeah, I'll pull it back.
Sosa
Mm.
Sosa gets it. Oh, she left. She'll probably have to come
I
back
say
in.
she has to re-enter. Yeah, I'm trying to find a like a simple paper towel holder for my kitchen.
So much better.
Sometimes
I
when you just
couldn't
have the paper towel on the counter, it kind of
couldn't
like
understand what was going on, but let me tell you what was going on. I had it open in another like browser.
Yeah, because I saw
oh,
there's two. Your name popped up
Oh,
twice from
yeah, that was
different
weird. So it just kept giving me an echo. But yeah, okay, this is better.
Okay, should we get into the hot topics for the day? Should I get
Yes.
ready for the hot topics?
sometimes I
So
can't
the
hear
hot
you
topic
guys.
of
Sometimes
today
you
is
cut out.
Mr. Shannon Sharpe dating younger women and dating a 19. Did you guys hear about this?
So I didn't have full context about this,
So
but I did hear like some of the discourse on how people were saying, black men's Achilles heel is finding a mid-white girl to like ruin their career.
yes. That's a common, or if they don't ruin their career and take their money, they kill them.
Yeah.
That's a common thing too nowadays. They're
Yeah.
black men and their murderous white girlfriends. That's what somebody
Oh yeah,
said.
I've heard about that.
It's not funny, but it's funny.
What do you think they would learn, especially the ones in the States?
See, my thing is like a lot of them don't seem to care. Like there's so many situations that have happened of black men getting taken
Unalive.
like on a ride by non-black women, not just white women, but just non-black women. And to me, I'm not trying to be insensitive, but it's just like, bro, if you don't care, I don't care, you know? So it's just like, if you're okay with being killed, with having your money taken from you, having your status, you know, your reputation ruined,
Then
do
who
you.
am I?
Yeah, like do
Who
you.
am I to have an opinion?
Exactly.
You
But
know
also,
something that's funny about the whole. Oh, sorry. Finish what you were saying. Sorry.
no. I was gonna go into something else, but it's fine. You continue.
Hey, I was gonna say, you know something else that's funny about the whole Shannon Sharpe discourse is people are like, oh my God, Shannon Sharpe, he could look for somebody else. Like you would think Shannon Sharpe would like, go get himself a Nia Long or a Tracy Ellis Ross. And I was like, I'm sorry, have you met those women? And then have you met Shannon Sharpe? He's going for what he can get.
Exactly.
Like, let's be fucking for real.
What would have possessed you to think? Like, what about his vibe made you not think he would be with one of those?
Like, he literally is like, even you, like, with how much money Shannon Sharpe has, would you give him a chance? Exactly. So,
even the vibe of those black guys who date white women. Like, that's why I'm wondering why people are shocked.
Yeah, he does give those vibes, but like, it's interesting because his daughters are fully black women. Like they're either like I think they're light skinned. They're like I would say brown skin, but like they're at the end of the day they're black women. So I find it interesting that the women he chose to have kids with are black women, but then he messes around with non-black women, and it just makes me always think about how like a lot of black men, they want black children, but they don't want to be with black women, but they want black women to bear their children while messing around with like other races of women.
I don't want
and that's why. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say it's almost like a punishment. Like,
yeah, it's like you don't want to marry me and spoil
but I'm
me.
gonna tie you to me for the rest of your life, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my babies because we need to keep the black race going, but I'm gonna mess around with other races of women and like spoil them.
These sentiments that like a bit of a status symbol for them as well.
I think it's like a power ego type of thing for them. I think it's that, and then also it's like they feel a lot of people have said what black men want to be white men, and I agree with that. Like I feel like a lot of them, because they're men, and there's a lot of privilege that comes with being a man, whereas like black people don't really have much privilege. So I feel like black men, they try to lean on being men and focus so much on being men to try and get the same access and power as white men. Because like to me, the most privileged people in this world are white men. And then second to them is white women. But because white women are women, they don't have, there's a hierarchy. There's a hierarchy to that, and I feel like black men are pretty up there on that list. So they try to like abandon their blackness, which is abandoning black women and the black community, and just focusing on themselves and being a man to try and get close to white people, especially white men. So like I feel like part of them being with white women is just like a power ego boost type of thing. I don't think it's genuine. So I think that's part of the reason why a lot of them get taken for a ride and get got and like pretty much ruin their reputation and their lives over this. But for me, I also want to talk about like the older men dating younger women versus like older women dating younger men. And me personally, I would never, I don't know about you guys, but I don't care to date a younger man. Like I'm 31, I'm about to turn 32. I can't see myself being with somebody under the age of like, I don't feel like men in my early 30s. Like I like older men, I do, but I feel like as an older man, there's like a limit. You shouldn't be like 50-year-old. You shouldn't be 50 years old, Shannon Sharpe, if you're listening. You shouldn't be 50 years old dating a 19-year-old girl. That's way too young. That's like pedo
what are you
vibes
guys gonna
almost.
relate about? Like, what are you gonna talk about? What are you even gonna, like,
Did
what
you
is
guys
the?
see their text? Did
No,
you
I
guys,
haven't. I haven't seen the story at all. But
bro?
maybe
There's some text messages and phone calls. This girl like was really trying to take him out. Like
that's crazy.
the whole thing was a mess. Like she was talking about, oh, I want your big black D in me, and I want your baby gravy all over me, and I want you to put a big black. Like that's
Ew.
how she was. That's these are the conversations they were having with each other, and it was just like you said, like what are they going to talk about? That's what they talk about, like just weird, freaky deaky
That's
ish, and it's just like that's so disturbing. But like that just goes to show how immature and underdeveloped mentally and psychologically men like Shannon Sharpe are, you know?
yeah. It doesn't. Your age doesn't determine your maturity. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but I do want to say something though about, like, I don't know why I think, for me, I don't know what you guys think, but I know people are like, oh, just let people do what they want, or it's the same thing, or da 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 da. I think it's more so frowned upon when an older woman dates a younger guy than when an older man dates a younger
Yes.
women. And I will say the reason why too is because of the whole maternal thing, right? It's because the women are the mother. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They're
Hello?
the ones who give birth. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear
Okay.
you.
Yeah, the women are the mothers. They're the ones who carry the baby, who give birth to the babies. So they're almost like the ones who, like the men, they don't really, they just lay the sperm. You know what I mean? There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing. So I think that's why people kind of pent up their nose a bit more, because it's like, if anyone should understand, it's the women that should understand. Do you get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like another standards that, like where men are get a pass, but women, but for this one too, I also kind of feel the same way. You know what I mean? So to me, like, I don't excuse anybody who's old dating anyone who's much younger, because the brain level is in there, the maturity is in there. What are you guys
Mm-hmm.
gonna talk about? What are you relating on? My mind when I was 19 is not even the same as my mind today. So I
Yeah.
couldn't imagine dating myself at 19. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I could never justify a person who's my age. I'm not gonna share my age, 20. That's my age.
Mm-hmm.
Dating someone dating someone who's 19 years old, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no excuse I can give for that, because I'm thinking back what I was thinking, where my thoughts were. But I think it's more so what worse when it's an older woman doing so, just because like we have the maternal instinct and it's, you know, but I mean, again, that being said, age doesn't define maturity.
Mm-hmm.
So some people, like Sigmund Freud would agree, get stuck at a certain stage of development, right? Or Eric Erickson rather, sorry. They get stuck in a stage of development. So I I can see, right? I can see even a 50-year-old man why he would feel like he can relate to a 19-year-old and have those kind of conversations, because maybe he's mentally stuck at 19. Like, I don't know. That's just crazy to me. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
my
that's
two
definitely what
cents on
it's
this. But
that's
I
definitely
haven't
what it's
seen this
giving.
case of the text messages or even heard about it, which
It's
now I
disturbing.
feel like, yeah, I'm living under a rock. Well, I quite literally might be. But yeah, I will look up on it
Yeah,
after
look it
this.
up. It's pretty disturbing. And since
That's
we're
for
talking about celebrities, you were saying something about Kanye West. I don't keep up with Kanye West because I just think he's
Kanye
a
West is
weirdo,
as
but
yeah, it's not like I'm going out of my way to like sing him out. He popped up on my feed. And
yeah.
well, basically what Kanye West was saying is that um he should have married Paris Hilton. But instead he went off and married her assistant and married her nanny, and was saying that when you marry somebody, if he had married Paris Hilton, he would have a bunch of hotels by now. And if you look at Paris Hilton, she's like super business minded. She's like, so imagine marrying someone like that, where he would be. Rather, he went off and married the nanny. And what does the nanny have to do? Know how to do? All the nanny can do is take the kids. So that's what this nanny did to him, was take his kids, right? and he took a nanny and he put her on the cover of Vogue. Yeah.
Mm.
And that is in regards to his ex-wife, Kim Kardashian.
But
Kanye
who
West
said?
is
But who said Paris Hilton want to marry him though? Did he think of that?
exactly. And someone in the comment actually made reference that when Paris Hilton was asked in the past about dating black men, she said ew.
Did you really?
Apparently, yeah. She said ew.
Crazy. Did
Yeah.
you guys?
But she
Do you
comes
guys
from
know?
old money. So there's no way you could see her saying she's not gonna, you know what I mean? Even her parents, they will pick
Yeah.
the blacks.
Yeah.
Like
Guys feel like you guys feel like Kanye West just said stuff for shock value?
100%.
100%, but it's still
Yeah.
tacky and still crazy for
It
That's how
sure.
is
he.
crazy and tacky. That's like the cousin thing. Like it's hard because you want to like his music, but he's like sometimes it's hard to separate the artist from the art.
Yeah.
And the fact that we keep like we're so desperately trying to separate it so we could just enjoy the music and keep it pushing. But he keeps
But he
making
won't
it
stop.
more difficult. Like I
Yeah.
feel like I don't know, at this point it seems almost like he's trying to be controversial or he's trying to find the line, like where the line is. But he's
Mm.
just as like everyone's crazy uncle. And it's
Mhm.
not looking really good. And to me, saying these things when you have like a daughter, like you have a lot of kids, like you should be modeling as an example because now to me what it really seems like is it seems like his kids don't stand a chance. Like you have
Yeah.
Kanye West
Kanye
for a
West
dad,
strikes
Kim
me as the
Kardashian for
kind
a
of
mom.
man. He strikes me as the kind of man who will literally hurt the children just to punish the mother. I don't know if you
Yeah,
guys
I
also
see
get
that.
that vibe. Like, you know, those men,
Really?
like, huh?
You think
He
so?
literally gives me that vibe. Like, he
I don't know
does.
if he would
Like,
punish his kids though, because whenever I see him with North, like they
Yeah.
genuinely seem to have a good relationship,
They
and
have a
North
I
good
get that,
love
but
chemistry.
he's just but if he really did have or love his daughter, why would he be putting their mother on blast like this?
I just
You know,
feel like
Because he's just trying to
some things
attack
that you
I
him.
don't
feel
do.
like they both
Like,
do it. Like, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like both, and
I've
Kanye is
never seen
a
it
bigger
from her.
person kind of person. I'm not even defending him, but I'm just speaking objectively here. With what I don't know him personally, obviously, but with what I've gathered from his persona, like his persona that he puts out, he is not a bigger person kind of person. He is a take it to the floor kind of person. And that it like if you're that kind of person, let's be real because we seem to hold celebrities to a different standard, but if you're that kind of person, if you're a take it to the floor, like if you come for me, like we will take it to hell, you're not just gonna magically change once you have kids. Like that doesn't happen. Like it,
Mhm.
it ends up being that you're the same person. And then when it comes matters of relationships, that's the one situation where I know for a lot of people it's the hardest to even have composure. Like, do you know what
Mhm.
I mean? Because you've been so intertwined with this person, they know how to push your buttons and you end up retaliating in different ways. And then couple that with Kanye just being an unhinged, crazy, like mental patient at this point, because I don't know what else to call him. Like, there's
Like,
no way we're going to be expecting any sort of decorum, oh, for the sake of the kids. I just don't see that happening. I feel like he would be a cool dad in that he loves his kids, like he'll, have a relationship with them. But I just don't see it happening where we're gonna be like, I don't see it happening where Kanye is gonna be teaching any sort of like morality to his kids at all. Like I just don't see that happening. So I really feel bad for the next generation of the Wests and the Kardashians because they're from
and
the
it's
most
unfortunate that they're
bankrupt
all
background.
it's most unfortunate that they're all black faces. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Like,
And it almost like is gonna help push the rhetoric of like I don't even know. Like, I don't know, but who cares? Whatever. They're not the only black people in the world. And,
exactly.
if people choose to pedestalize them as the face of black people, what does that say about them? Like, have we pedestalized all white people and put Trump as the face of white people? I don't think so. Like, have we
Mhm.
put, do you know what I mean? Like, if
I
you're just
have.
gonna, like,
Just kidding.
appoint
Just joking.
You're gonna appoint a group of people to be the face of a whole race. Like that's on you. That's not on anybody
Kanye
else.
said Donald Trump with that other one who called people's a whole country peasants. That has been
Yeah, yeah. Like I totally understand. Like making Kanye the face of blackness
is wild.
is actually wild. But I don't think people see him as the face
Like
of
wild is
blackness.
an
They might
understatement.
use him as like a
No,
reference, but I don't
no,
think
the
people see
Kardashian.
him as a face.
No, the Kardashian
Yeah,
and their
like wild would be an understatement if that were the case, you know? Because what? Like, and honestly, Kanye, I don't even know at this point. I don't know. Like, I obviously he's just gonna fade out. His music is always gonna be good. Am I gonna listen to the song that he was talking about, the cousin song? Probably, because I'm curious.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I don't know anymore. I think it's just like at this point, let's just ignore everything that Kanye says. And I don't know if you guys know that clip or the Simpsons episode where the granddad was on the newspaper where it says "old man yells at a cloud."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's basically Kanye at this point. like
Oh my
he's just talking
gosh.
to a wall at this point because I don't really know what else. And my aunt was also saying, right? She was like, notice how notice how whenever Donald Trump seems to be in power is when Kanye is the craziest. And I was like, okay, you are actually right. Like I don't know what's going on. It's like the narcissists feeding off of each other. But you're right. And then she said, uh, also, it seems like whenever it's a downtime for Donald Trump news, it seems to be an uptime for Trump news. So it's like they're tag teaming on, just like saying the craziest stuff and the craziest stuff online. And I'm like, yeah, they're trying to overwhelm us, maybe. I don't
I
really know.
oh flush it, please. Thank you.
Yeah,
But
no.
actually, the reason we brought this up,
Because
um,
I'm on a podcast, Terry.
the reason we brought this up, I love our like raw podcast. Is just we're literally just putting it all out there, and I love this because
This man is crazy.
I love it. Feels like homegirls having a conversation. But I was gonna say, so what was I saying? Oh, the
Oh
reason
yeah.
we brought this up is we were with Daisy just putting stuff out there. But the reason we brought this up is we were going to talk about the importance of censoring yourself online,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because some people just go online and they be saying any old thing,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
like
like
you
no one
you need
asked
to
you.
have some
It,
decorum.
yeah,
You
things
need
you
to
should
know
say.
that your family is also online as well. Like your kids are
And which
online,
is so
your family, your
cringe
whole
because it's just
community.
like, and even like those OnlyFans Instagram models, like you are posting
Mhm,
bikini photos and you got your little cousin and your little nieces watching that. Like
Yeah,
that is not a good
mhm.
look. Your brother, you follow your brother and your brother's seeing you butt naked, spreading it wide. Like that's disgusting. Like
It's
every time I see
gross.
that, I'm just like, I have my family following me on social media. I can't imagine posting like
that
half
only
naked photos and they're just like,
is something where we'll have to talk about in another podcast
it's a conversation for another day, but it's
Mhm.
just
because
it's
the thing
crazy.
is now you
What
just
the
because of the amount
OnlyFans
of money
thing?
you're netting, it now like I let's talk. I have a whole. I can dedicate a whole podcast to this.
The OnlyFans thing you guys are talking about?
Yeah.
It needs a whole podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just listening to podcasts. Actually, I don't know. I don't remember. It was just like a snippet. But this girl was saying how. So she said 90% of the girls in America that do OnlyFans
They don't
are
intend
between the ages of 18 and
that
21
that
or something like that.
that men watching it. Yeah,
Yeah,
And
they're very
then
young.
they're
yeah,
old.
and then she said 90% of the men watching it are married men or something.
Mm-hmm.
Just based
Right
Yeah.
then. Yep.
stuff that came out recently. I don't have any background for the stats, but I just like what? So the rise of these little like OnlyFans girls, like the Bop House and all those girls.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You guys are right because this is a conversation. It's a whole conversation. But though how they're like promoting infantilism, right? They're promoting, that like little
Yeah.
girl, like I'm a young little girl. Isn't that gross?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Have
yeah.
some class.
And
Lack of a
and a
better.
lot of a lot of the people following these girls, like Sophie Rain, she's like the main
Mm-hmm.
person, and Camilla something, I can't remember her last name. They're
Yeah.
like they're both under the age of like 20, I believe, or
Mm-hmm.
21. And
Yep.
it's like a lot of the like when anytime I don't follow them, but anytime they come on my TikTok feed, like I go in the comments and it's all like kids like under the age of like 15 that are like, oh my god, goals, oh my god, she's so hot, oh my god, my
Mm-hmm.
dream girl. And it's like, do you like what these girls do for
And
a
people like
living?
Lana Del Rey, like not Lana Del Rey, was it Lana Rose, the porn star? And
Oh, I don't
people
know who
looking
that
up
is.
folks,
Oh yeah,
Lana
I know who she is.
a porn star that became famous on social media, and now she's a runway model.
It's actually crazy. I don't know.
Like,
It's almost like
and
they're
all these girls look up to this. Like,
it's almost like they are they're rewarding. It's
yeah,
like they're rewarding all this kind of stuff. And it started
mm-hmm,
off with like it honestly I blame the rappers like Kanye West and those guys. It's not like we're expecting anything better from people like that, but him kind of endorsing OnlyFans because sorry, Pornhub, I think was the start of this whole thing, right?
Mhm.
Like Kim Kardashian made a bank off of her Pornhub video. Kanye West ended up buying stocks in it. Like basically, I don't blame them. Like they're trying to profit off of the whole situation. But
Mhm.
I mean, to
I
me, it's a little bit like I
think
don't
now
know.
all
Like it's just
the money. Prostitution is not new. It's the oldest profession in the book for women. But I think it's crazy how we've now like this is what we've now tied into our new feminism movement is
Mhm.
prostitution. And this rhetoric is being pushed forward by men. Girls, young girls don't buy into this. This is a rhetoric being pushed forward by men who are trying to set us back years and years. This is not new age feminism. It's not neo feminism. There's nothing new about prostitution. It's the oldest
No.
profession of the book. Like,
Mhm.
it is. So all you watching your social media and seeing these girls talk about, oh, I made 1 million, I made this. There's only 0.5% of that them are making that much. There's other girls on OnlyFans who are not making any money. Okay, so don't
Did
feed
you guys
into.
do you guys watch Black Mirror?
I do. I've only
I
seen one episode of the new season though.
I haven't watched the
mm,
new season. I haven't watched it since like season 3 because I just think
uh,
it went to shit.
I-
But there's an episode on Black Mirror. It's it's called 15 Million Merits, and basically I don't know if you guys remember this, but I so sorry I don't know if you remember this, but like it's the episode where what's that guy Daniel Kaluuya is in it,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
like in his society and the episode that he's in the society people ride stationary bikes to win merits.
oh
And I
yeah, they
think,
can buy the house, right, or
and you
something.
can buy, no, like once you reach in a certain amount of merits, you can like buy a house. I think you can like
Yeah,
get like promoted something. And then you see where he
yeah.
lives. He lives in like a tiny little, like, it looks like an elevator. And then he has like a TV and he's always on his phone. And
Yeah.
then like they also have some type of like weird, um, like it's like an American Idol. And it's like if you get nominated, I think people decide if you get to become a like a celebrity, but you like you become you get turned into a porn star basically for a woman. Like
Oh
you
yeah.
get on and you get on the stage and people like pretty much if you're a beautiful woman, they hype you up and then you get turned into a porn star whether you want it or not. And it just reminds
Mm-hmm.
me of like how society is now, like right
Yeah.
now. It's basically like
Yeah.
that. Like we're not riding bikes, but it's just like everybody's working 9 to 5s and grinding. If some people have to work 2 jobs just to like pay their bills or like reach whatever goals, whether you're trying to buy a house or buy some property or whatever. And then it's just
Mm-hmm.
like we're on social media where everybody's watching you. And it's like if you're a beautiful woman, people are
Mm-hmm.
gonna like basically encourage you to go on OnlyFans and like, yes,
Mm-hmm.
capitalize off your
Yeah.
beauty. I think
Yeah, for beauty.
if
Yeah.
you're a woman, if you want to capitalize off your beauty, you should. But it's just like some of them get pressured into it because it's like if you're a girl, you're a pretty girl, and you're 18, 19, graduated high school, you don't have money like that. You get all this. You make a TikTok account. You're getting all these views and followers, and if you have a TikTok creator account, you're getting paid $50,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
obviously like you're young, you're gonna buy into, oh, like maybe I should do this, or maybe maybe to get more eyes on me I can and go on OnlyFans. Like it's just that episode is just like, to me, was a preview for like what the future, which we're living in now, is going to be like. And it's literally, I feel like if anybody wants to know like what I'm talking about, just watch 15 merits, 15
It's
million
sad.
merits.
It's
Oh my
sad
God.
and it's
It's so
gross.
sad.
And
Trust
it's sad and it's gross. And it's sad that this is what they're pushing towards, like impressionable young
Yeah,
people. And
women.
they're glorifying the fact that, oh, like she was only fan, she made 20 million this month. She made 30 million.
Yeah. That's
Meanwhile, the
like,
people that are actually like grinding,
yeah.
and the people that are actually holding
Yeah.
society together, the people that are actually going to school, like it's like they're devaluing things like education. They're
Yeah.
devaluing
Mhm.
the importance of education, the
That's
importance of
what I'm
learning our history, the importance
exactly.
of figuring out why we're here. And they're glorifying things that are like very instant gratification. Like they're
Yeah.
glorifying the people that are terrible. They're
Like
Mhm.
glorifying. It's crazy. And I'm not saying
Mhm.
nobody's saying, I'm sorry if I sound so passionate. I do have to drop off shortly, but nobody is saying to not do OnlyFans. If you want to do OnlyFans, do OnlyFans. Like do that.
Mhm.
Okay? But it's a whole other thing to only
no, I'm
glorify
sorry.
the
I'm
great the
tired.
no,
I'm
wait, wait,
tired
wait. No,
of it.
let
I'm
me
tired
finish.
of it. Girls,
No,
I'm sick
whatever,
of
Daisy. Let
that.
me finish.
No, because
Everybody has
I'm
free will to do whatever they
yeah.
want to do. You have free will. You could do OnlyFans if you want to do
I'm
OnlyFans.
tired of the
But
whole bullshit. No,
let's not sit here and glorify OnlyFans as if 99% of the people on OnlyFans are not making any, they're barely making any money. Like,
no,
and now they put themselves out there, they've compromised, like, you know, any other position that they could possibly be in life. They've compromised that because they want to go on OnlyFans and objectify themselves. And now those girls, they're dealing with, you know, the kind of the blowback from that. And meanwhile, you have the 0.1% who are making money, and OnlyFans are pushing these girls and acting like, oh, all you have to do is just go on OnlyFans and take your clothes off and you will be good. But that's not the reality of things. I wish it could be a more object, like obviously I get it, they want to market their app, they want viewers, they want people on
it
it,
reminds me
users.
of those like naive girls back in the day, how they used to pressure them into porn. And then when they get into
Exactly.
porn, we sell them all this lifestyle and glamour. I don't know. Now we see a lot of documentaries coming out. I watched one not too long ago. And then they sell them all this glitz and glamour. And then after later they realize that, oh, it's not all that it was cut out
It's
to be,
not all
because
that
men
it's cut
trying to
out to
suck a lot
be.
of dicks. You know what I mean? And it just
Mhm.
reminds me, because now they don't need like the man or the pimp or the shitty boyfriend to put them in that position. All they need now is just to open their Instagram app and see all these girls talking about, look at how much money I made doing OnlyFans. Look at how much money, almost like you have to be a clown to want to go the traditional route. You almost have to be stupid to condemn OnlyFans. It's still bad.
Mhm.
Prostitution is the oldest career in the book. There's
Mhm.
nothing new about it. There's nothing new about it. And I'm sorry, you might think you're not sucking dick, so that doesn't make you a prostitute. You're selling your body sexually. Like,
Mhm.
it's just crazy to me. Like, so I don't know, but
For
hey, like
me,
I told
the act in itself, like if you want to sell sex, because everybody has sex, if you want to sell your body for sex and you know the ramifications of that, that is on you. But if
Mhm.
you come here and you want to act to impressionable young girls like there aren't any downsides to this profession, that's where we have a problem, because you're flat out lying and you're flat out being predatory. It's a
you.
predatory thing.
Yeah.
You're not really like explaining that this can take a psychological toll, it could take a
You.
physical toll, and it could definitely limit your options, most likely in for
Yeah.
other fields. I'm not saying
True.
you can't sell your body and then go be, you know, an astronaut or a doctor or whatever later. You could do whatever you want to do, but let's not act
Mhm.
like go to that after isn't going to be like an uphill battle. Let's not
It
act
is.
like human beings aren't a specific type of way and we just live in this utopia where they'll just let you do whatever. People are judgmental out here. No one's gonna like want to have you represent their company when your ass is all over the internet.
No.
Let's be fucking for real. So
But
I think people need to start looking at things objectively. And actually, when you see something that's glittering like gold, oh, I need to go. Sorry. When you see something that's glittering like gold, You need to
And
ask yourself, what
boy, is it
exactly is
for
the
wrapped
fire?
in it?
What
Exactly.
exactly is the fire that this gold has had to go through to shine like this? Like,
Mm-hmm.
let's
Well,
start really looking at that,
sometimes
because
just
y'all
it's
are
just
acting
caca.
stupid out here. It's
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's just caca wrapped in tinfoil. It's just shit wrapped in tinfoil.
exactly
But
You
yeah,
know,
straight up.
we can drop the final thoughts, right?
yeah. So
Yeah.
what was your final, like, what's the message you guys want to give the listeners, especially the young female listener listening to this
I
Use your brain, people. That's
podcast?
well, aside from
common
using your brain,
sense.
yeah, I will say that don't just put your why are you being creepy? You just staring at me from the corner. Shema? What Shema? Are you okay?
Okay, you guys, I
What's
do
in
have an
the
appointment right now.
oh
That was
sorry.
my,
Sorry,
I just wanted to give that off, but
my last goal for you. I'm sorry. Terry's like staring at me really
I do have to drop off.
okay.
Have a
Yeah.
great day,
Okay.
everyone. I hope everyone can take something away from this raw and uncut podcast. Okay,
Okay.
see you guys. Bye.
Okay.
Um
Yeah.
with the
What
last
was
advice
your closeout?
yeah, my closeout that I do want to give the young girls is that first of all, be careful of the stuff you're putting online because I
Mm-hmm.
feel like yeah, now we might be in an era where it seems like nothing, it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want, but soon we're going to end up in the blowback era where all of that stuff is coming to bite you. You know, it's like when you take a drug and then later you start seeing this ads of like, did you take this? If you took this drug back in da 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 da, you're entitled to some compensation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like that. Or how they didn't know smoking smoking causes cancer until later. I'm I'm doing a closeout for a podcast. How did you know? There's nothing on my face. I'm just in deep into thoughts. Sorry. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's just like how did you know smoking causes cancer until later on, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
think you need to be very wary of what you put on the internet. You need to
Mm-hmm.
and I also just think you need to have good discernment. Like don't just see something on social media and believe it and think just
Mm-hmm.
telling you, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing it. Don't be desensitized to that stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Have good discernment. And that's just my advice for you impressionable young girls, okay? It's,
That
you
was
know,
good.
be careful out there. How
Yeah.
about you?
For me, I would say I didn't really like speak on the, what do you call it? The OnlyFans sex work
Yeah,
thing. But I'll just say overall, like, because we talked about Shannon Sharpe, Kanye West, and his mental health issues and being an attention whore, like, just
yeah,
be mindful of what you're doing on social media. Like, yes, it's
yeah,
nice to post stuff and get likes, and I think we get a high off from getting likes and people sharing our content and people following us, and that feeds those people. But make sure like you're feeding yourself as well on social media. Like when I look at my social media page, I like creeping my social media page. I don't regret posting anything. I'm not like, oh, I should
same,
take this thing
same.
down or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
because I feel like you don't want to have any regrets of what you're posting on your story, on your on your reels, on your TikToks. Like, just be mindful and make sure you actually like your social media and you like creeping your own social media and you're being fed from looking at your social media and you're not just pouring into people's egos or pouring into people what they want to see, what they like. It's all about them. And I feel like
yeah.
social media, it should be about you as
Your
well, you
space,
know.
exactly.
So that's what I would say. Just kind of like stop glamorizing social media, and doing things for clout, and make sure like you still have boundaries, you know. So that's my nugget I'll leave with the
That,
audience for today.
those are really good. I
Yeah.
completely agree with you. I think
Yeah.
social media is your space, and at least that's what it started as. But now, you know, when you
Yeah.
go into something, it takes a whole different life, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I
All
think
right.
this
All
has been
right.
good.
This has been good. I'm gonna end the recording. But yeah, this has been good, and we will talk to you guys next week.
Yes, same time.